Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes, and today I'm going to show you a really cool new product I just got in. It is iron-on inks. Kind of fun, right? And yes, you can use an iron. I'm going to show you a quick demo. I made one really quickly off screen or before we started, but it's really fun. It started off just looking like a blank, like you can see here, and you can iron on whatever. So I just did a really quickie little something. So what I got in my package, I got a little welcome letter from the company, is you get the pens. The pen's the most important part of the whole thing. And here you can see some ideas of what you can iron on. Obviously, various fabrics, tote bags. The key thing to whatever you are transferring, so it's a heat transfer, iron, if you've got any like heat presses or anything, this all works. Whatever, if you were in a heat press vinyl, this same process, basically. A little bit different, but same idea. It has to have polyester in it. That is the key thing. So some of the products that they have on their sites already have polyester stuff on there, but this is a package of 10 markers. They have other sets of markers as well. This is just the first set that they have released, and they have some new colors, and they have other different packages. They also have, and we're going to play with this on another day, this is sublimation ink. So I can actually take any stamp that I own and I can stamp on something like paper, and I'll show you how this works in a minute. And then I can color it in, and then I can transfer that to an object. So it gives your stamps a whole new life, another thing to apply your stamps to. So just think of all the things that have polyester. There's a lot of stuff. Tote bags, felt is made from polyester. Did you know that? They also have these little keychains. We're going to play with the plastic bag tag here in a minute. You have the colors. I already opened this, so we're going to play. They also have a protection mat, which is what I'm actually going to use to iron on what we're going to do here. They have these little bookmarks. These are pretty cool, these little metal bookmarks. And then they also have protective paper. We're going to come back to the other items, but basically I'm going to show you a general idea of how this works. So quickie little tutorial. I have an iron just off camera. It's right here. It's right here. It's already warmed up, ready to go. And this is a really thick mat. I was unsure about with the mat that was on my desk whether or not this would work. And oh, my camera is like all twisted and all funky. This heat mat, or this craft mat that I have below me, it's great for cutting, but it's not supposed to take heat, and it starts bubbling and warping. I put this thing on there and it was great. There was no problems whatsoever. So what we're going to do, and just a little side hint, I have my new digital stamp, my first collection. Whoop, there goes something lying on the ground. First collection is being launched very soon. I am working on getting everything up and reloaded, but just a quickie sneak preview of my first digital collection, and this is Let Your Dream Set Sail. So this is one of my digital stamps. Hello, Danielle. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer. Now I want to show you something. This was the original piece of paper that I drew my heart on. Here, let me get some of my crap out of the way so you guys can see what I'm really talking about. So that was the original design. Now take a look. It's mirror image, right? There we go. Now I'm just going to tweak my little camera here because, okay, that's better. Sorry, that was driving me bananas. It's not centered. So this is the original image. Now take a look. I'm drawing it this way. Then I have to flip it over because the paper goes on top of whatever it is you're imaging. So if I take words, just to show you, and I was playing around with that earlier. So if I take words, sorry, things are dropping left and right around here. And there goes my printer because I just got finished printing it out. So I just wrote, and I'm going to finish writing this. I think I had the lighter. Create. One of my favorite slogans. So just create. Now if I take this and I flip this over, if you take a look, I'm going to show you on my light screen. Look what happens to it. Everything is going to be backwards, right? So I have to be careful that if I write anything, I have to write it in reverse. Doing a picture or whatever, no big deal. It can be reversed. So what do I do? Well, I'm going to take my image here. I'm going to lay down on my image. A light screen works. You can also just flip the paper over and you could trace it, but I'm showing you what to do with a light screen. And I'm going to fold this in half. Oops, I need to do it this way. So I'm flipping it reverse, right? And we're going to write this out. And I'm just going to pick a pretty blue. There we go. And I'm going to trace. I got to trace backwards. This is really making me think. So, and I'm probably not going to do it as good as my stamped image, but you know, because I'm going backwards, it's very weird. This feels very strange. I might actually write better because I'm not thinking about my normal way of writing. I'm just following lines. We'll have to see how good it looks when it's all said and done. So yeah, I'm just tracing the image. Hopefully it looks like it's supposed to. So yeah, you can take any kind of printed out image. You can also cut things with your Cricut or any of your electronic cutters. You can have all kinds of fun. Sorry, apparently I cannot talk very well while I'm tracing. There's certain things I can do while I'm on video. Okay, so there it is. So here you can see the image, and the image says, "Let your dreams set sail." So there, that's not too bad. It's a little bit off. I think it needs a little tweaker. So DRE, I think my A needs a, I'm looking at, oh, there's my puppy. DREA. I messed up right there, but again, I'm not going to waste time. I would redo it, but I'm just going to use the back side of this same one just to show you an example. Get rid of my light screen here. Oh, my dog is having a dream. He's literally laying on the ground just off and he is having a dream. And he's like, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's pretty darn funny. Okay, now one other thing that I got in my kit of my little supplies, and there is a link to this, to the Artesprix, that's the name of the company, on the information section. They gave me some heat transfer tape. So basically what I'm going to do right now, that was so funny. I know, like, he dreams, the dog, he dreams. I've just never heard him. Usually he doesn't vocalize his dreaming. That was hilarious. So I'm going to really quickly cut this out because I want to make sure it fits on here nicely. All I need is the part that I wrote. So if I did this more often, I would probably want to practice it a few times. I'm just doing this really quickly for you guys just to show you. Now, to make sure that doesn't shift around, I'm going to tape this on here. And this is heat transfer, like heat resistant tape. So it's made for this, so it can take the heat. Like I said, if you have an Easy Press or any of those other heat presses, totally can use them. But so far, all I've been doing is I've been using my iron. So I'm going to tape it all together, stick it on there. And then, boop. Now, a couple of things with your iron. Number one, don't move it around. You can press to give yourself some more heat. And I am putting this on this heat thing, but you don't want to like iron it like you would normally iron it. The best place to put it is right smack in the center. The closest to the center that you can get of your iron. I didn't really want to touch it because it's been going for a few minutes. It's hot, hot, hot. You want it the highest setting. So if you look at the dials on your iron, your home iron, which is all I have. I don't have any fancy heat presses or anything. So this is all I have to use it for, is you want to put it on the highest setting, which is your linen setting. And my information for the settings are down here. So you place it on here and you let it sit. You let it do its thing. And if you've got a fancy heat press and you're doing a small item, the company suggests that you do it at 400 for 45 seconds. So I truly do not know how hot it gets in terms of temperature. I don't have any way of gauging that. So my best guess is probably about a minute or two. I mean, it can't hurt to go a little bit longer, but if you don't go long enough, there's not enough time to basically take the ink, and it's transferring from, and it's just copy paper, guys. This is plain old printer paper. And as you can tell, there's some of it still got left behind. It didn't all completely transfer from the first one that I did. So plain old copy, but you don't need anything fancy, nothing, nothing really what I would call extravagant. You can print something out, but the key thing is these markers, and just take a look at the markers. I'm just going to shift this little guy out of the way. While we talk, and hopefully it doesn't move. So just take a look at the colors of the markers. This is a set of 10, and the markers are children safe, but I would say if you do something with your kids, make sure you are the one that does the ironing part or the heat press part, and do not let them touch it, because obviously this tag that we're using is it's metal, so it's going to come out of there thoroughly broiling. And I don't have any kind of heat protection gloves, but I have my fancy tancy little pot holders that my aunt made me. Aren't they cute? So I'm going to use those. Or I'm going to use that to kind of touch it and hold it. So look at all the beautiful colors. It does, I will say, it does look when you first write on the paper like it's a little bit dull. Kind of like it reminds me of the colors. I'm just giving some time while we chat. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Riza. It's kind of like if you had, like when you go on any of those ceramic and you paint with the ceramic paints, it looks really dull. And then they fire it and it's like, oh my gosh, and it turns brilliant and the colors pop and they come to life. Same concept. Now, unfortunately, I did not look. Has anybody kept tabs of how long I've had the iron on? I should have had like a little timer or something. I was very bad about that. Anybody got a time frame for me? This is just a test run. This is just a quick demo. But for those that have just popped on, this part is the one that I am like super excited about. This is a sublimation ink pad. It's in black. Little birdie has told me that there's a possibility of having some other colors coming down the line. But either way, stamping with black on a piece of paper, copy paper, coloring it in. You can have so much fun using their colors and having some fun, and then transferring that to something. And as long as it has polyester in it, or it's one of the items that comes from the company, and I showed you a few, like we're using the bag tag for this one. Just giving it a couple more seconds while we're waiting. But you can see on the package, you can see on the package itself, they've got t-shirts, they've got mugs, tote bags, all kinds of stuff. They have they have a few other fun things. So, all right, I think we're good. Let's try it. You ready? All right, lift this up. This is going to be broiling hot. So I'm going to use my handy dandy. Actually, you know what oh, there we go. And there, look. I didn't do the greatest. Oh, okay. You know what we're going to do? I don't want to touch it because this is like super duper duper hot. And it's the tape that's sticking. Come on, you silly tape. All right, so look at that. Now, my writing is not the greatest because I was doing the tracing and I was kind of rushing a little bit. So here you can see the original. Okay, so here you can see the dreams. There is still a little bit left over. Okay, so that's where the dreams set sail. So it doesn't 100% transfer. I don't know if it's the A. I don't mind to let yours set sail. The sail is a little bit off too. It's okay. It was just a tester. So as you can see, it goes in reverse. So taking a piece of paper and just flipping it upside down and then tracing it. If you've got a heat light, it works even better. And then that's how you can get your words. So even if you just, oops, sorry about that. Even if you wanted to handwrite something, or if you've got beautiful calligraphy, flip it over and then trace it. Or if you wanted to do like a name or a big letter, because this is like a bag tag that a kid could put on their backpack. Not that we're going back to school yet, but you get the idea. There's lots of other ways that you can use these. You could do it big and then flip it over and then color it in. So many fun ways. Just to show you again, I'm going to flip this little guy over here. And this is the heart that I made. So there's that. So really fun, really cool. I really think this is cool. We're going to be playing more with this. This is the ink that they have. Obviously, the markers. I don't think I grabbed them all, but there we go. And then they have the bag tags that we just got finished playing with. And then they have a few other fun things. I put everything on the floor, silly me. There's another set of bag tags. Anything with polyester t-shirts. You can have loads and loads of fun with this. And then there's the mat. And then there is also the protective paper, which we didn't play with that today, but you could totally use that. Basically, it's just a heat resistant paper you can put between. We'll be playing with that as we do more projects down the line. Yes, kids can play with this, not the heat part, but they can totally do the coloring on the paper, and you help them get it all taped together, and then the adults would do the heating part of it. And then they can take control over their own things. Again, that is still royally hot. I'll do one more flip to show you my words. Again, you have to be careful with the words. I didn't do the greatest job on that one, but you get the idea. Thank you guys so much. Links for where you can get your own products are in the bottom in the information section. And you know I'm going to be coming back and doing some more stuff with this because it's just fun. It's fun. All right. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys again later. Bye, everybody.